See me? We have 2 streams, that's why. One stream's for the main room and stream for the schmooze. That's why. I think we're going to go back to my old tech. So we're trying to get this room to be powered by my old service, which would be kind of cool. There will be 0 delay, which is kind of cool. And it's just a little bit easier to see who's in the room too. And YouTube videos work better. This system does work better for inviting guests, because for some reason the other software, you have this bleed and you got a lot of feedback. So if you don't have headphones, it's hard to invite guests on. But that's the only positive. So, all right, what was I saying? All right, let's go back to this Lululemon, right? You guys back? You back? I'm back. You're back. I'm back. You back? All right, so, just like a long-term chart, that's why if you could conquer the day, you could conquer the world, because it's always the same stuff. So let's imagine you're looking at a chart of Lululemon for 3 weeks. It's the same thing. This is just 3 hours opposed to 3 weeks. It's the same exact way to trade. That's why if you learn how to day trade with me, you'll learn how to trade any time frame. And then you just use multiple time frame VWAP to help you, and you're set for life. I haven't changed a bit since I mastered this, just using candlestick prices and pivots and VWAP and prior price. That's it. So the inside candle thing, right? So this is your first big candle. All of this is inside until it gets outside, right? You understand? You're inside this candle. So I take note of these inside candle highs and lows. So that was the 359. The high, the next attempt was 374.95. So let's call it 375. Yeah, 375. 370. What price exactly? 374.94. You see it? You need a few red lines going across, and now you have your road, literally lanes. There's lanes, right? Think of yourself driving the road down here. This is how Zach explained it to me. And you're driving down the road. Everything's fine. You're in the fast lane up here. Here are the slow lanes, and there's the divider. The VWAP's the divider. And sometimes you get drunk and you swerve and you hit the divider. Oh, and you bounce off the divider. Everything's all right. You're still good. Oh, and you fall asleep. Oh, you hit the divider. Oh, shit. Oh, man, just fell almost. And then, if you smash through the divider, you're going the wrong way. And that's when the whole trend of the stock generally turns. So up here, you've got this road. You're fine. Here, you're fine. So, assuming that this is what the chart looks like tomorrow, right? And your VWAP's down here. If you start swerving out of these roads, you're going to go looking for the next divider. But in this case, before it gets to that price, it's going to get to this price. Because look, you got a couple of spots, the pivot. So these prices, I like to highlight them to see, exactly what they were. So you go in there. Something happened right here. Right? Kind of pulled back, held it, pulled back right here, held it. This is a major spot right here because you got 2 candles, 3 candles. I like when there's more than one matching. Top of the candle, bottom of the candle, bottom of the candle, significant. I'm going to draw a line right there. So the high of that candle is 365. The low of this is 365. And the low of this is 365. Wouldn't you know it? 365. So now that's the most magic number in the middle. And now you have exactly what you're doing. You see how it's all coming together? Like artwork. So you come in tomorrow, Lulu's up here, and it's breaking that significant level. You're not looking to short it. You're looking for it to break 379 or let's call it 380, get to the 382.50, possibly 385. But if you're thinking what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking fade first, and then we'll see what happens. I'm always thinking fade first, right? Obviously like OKTA, right? And this will be kind of like an OKTA. You're not looking to make $1 in a $375 stock. If this breaks down, and you had a couple of blips here, a couple of blips here. So let's throw that one in there right there. That's the 373.83. I just want to, because it is kind of a significant thing right there. Hits it here, hits it here, hits it here. So if you're up in these lanes, let's say you walk in, it's a 382 and change, right? And then it breaks 379.60, short it. And the 382 is now you're going to be your stop. If it's in this lane tomorrow and it breaks down under this price, short it. And then you're going to use this and that. If we're wrong, it's not going to be a fun trade if we lose 6 points on it, but you're trading a $400 stock. You got to be looking up, you're not losing 15-cent stops and $2. You're going to have $2 rips and $5 rips in this thing. Generally you're risking 5 to make maybe 15 or 20 points on this trade. Now we got the roadmap. So whatever this thing's going to do, here's the pivot points. And then there's just one more right here. And if we're down there, this stock is probably on the verge of giving it all back. So that price is 352, I think. Yeah, 352. I'll mark that one off too. And now you've got your roadmap to what this stock's probably going to do. Now, on a bad day, it goes down 3 points and then sits here for the next 6.5 hours and nothing happens. That happens. But you have the significant prices. Tomorrow's blue line will start to form at 4 o'clock in the morning. The orange line will gravitate up and grab more data. So the blue and the orange will be up here somewhere. So if you're breaking the range and you're breaking the VWAP, that's when you do something. So for my option players, this is a good time to get familiar with Lulu options, right? So Lulu, what are we trading? We're trading tomorrow's options at the monies, right? So all you're going to have, the only choices you're going to have are the 375s, 370, 365s. So because they're in 5-point increments, usually the stock moves in 5-point increments. If they had 2.5-point increments, the stock would probably move in 2.5-point increments. That's how it works. The options are tied to the algorithms. The algorithms are tied to the options. Everything moves half-point increments, half-point, whole number, half points. And in this case, you're probably looking at 5-point increments. So, if you're trading, again, very difficult to trade a big stock like this at the open with options because you're not getting a good price. But hopefully, if we get, let's say, 5 or 10 minutes of this excessive chop where you could trade the stock, then when it starts to form new ranges, that's when the option prices will compress. You'll get a better price. You get a better entry. So I'm usually trading stock if I'm trading the open because it's very difficult to, trade options at the open. You understand why it's difficult? Because the option market makers, they keep the spreads open because they don't know, and they don't want to get on the wrong side of a trade either. So they keep the spread open until they get a feel, right? And that's why those first 15 minutes it's crazy. With this one, you're not going to be able to get a lotto play. The only lotto play that I would think, and again, we'll get a feel of, we'll know more about what's going to happen tomorrow. If the market is weak, quote unquote weak, and we see some more selling like we saw today, Friday selling tends to get a little bit intense, especially coming off a 52-week, an all-time high. Yeah, we might see some selling. And look, even if we do sell off, let me go show you where we could go to. And we sold off in the aftermarket. We already have a faux show happening on the Qs. We're already going up already. Chances are we're not going down tomorrow, But this is when you start looking at the multiple time frame VWAPs, right? Today was the first time in a very, very long time we even went under the 1 day. So we broke the 1 minute, we got to the 1 day. And you see, the market doesn't want to go down. It's holding the prior day VWAP more or less. Choppy, but down. Excessively choppy, but the trend was still down. You finally gave way, but now you're pretty much making it all back, right? So tomorrow, I'm going to look at 2 days worth of VWAP, 3 days, and then 5 days. Because if the market's going to sell off for real, you usually go to the 5-day. Now, tomorrow's 5-day will be the 4-day because it's one less day. So roughly 517, probably the multi-day. We break under today's lows. Chances are you're going to see 517 tomorrow. And that's all about this jobs report. And again, I'm saying nobody cares because usually they don't care. So if they care, right, UVXY will go up and you'll know. If UVXY is green after the jobs report, something's different, right? And when something's different, so far it's been a really good strategy to assume we're never going down since August 5th, since that day, since August 6th, we pretty much have gone up almost every day. We've had 4 sell-offs we've had 1 sell-off of significance since August 6th, 1 sell-off, I think, on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which lasted, good 4 or 5 hours. And pretty much that was it, since August. So I still think we're going to close higher by the end of the year. I don't think 521.36 is going to be the high of the year. I don't think today's high is going to be the high of the year. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see what happens. I don't think I'm going to be wrong about the market not hitting new highs sometime by the end of the month. But tomorrow's what we'll care about, right? So, and again, I would implore you to get here a little bit earlier, get here before the jobs report, just to get a feel for where these stocks are, what they're doing, and then we'll plot our attack. So Lululemon, we're all taken care of, right? So now here's the path, right? Now, I was hoping, and again, hope is a bad strategy. This stock stinks. All right. Every time I've swung it, lost. Every time I've owned it, lost. I traded it well for a while, but every time I owned the stock, this is exactly what it would do. It would get my hopes up and then roll over and die. So I was expecting to short this stock tomorrow, but it already did the trade. So let me show you what happened here, right? So the numbers came out, and I did trade it in the aftermarket quickly. Knee-jerk reaction, right? Let's get rid of this line. That line is, I think that's where I traded it. Here's the low of the reaction, 1475. See that? 1475. Bang. Monster explosion for this stock to rip 2 points. 1668. And now we're inside, right? Inside. So after it popped, it went right back down and went back almost to the 15. So then when it broke back over the VWAP, I gave it a shot. I bought a couple hundred shares. 1525. It went to 16 again. I made myself $100 here. And I was happy. And then by the time it was 1650, I was already done. But look at these prices right here. So that's 1643. That's 1643. I don't know why, but that's funny because that's my number. 1643, 43, 43. And so, again, knowing this stock and how it always gives back every time it has a positive moment, I was coming in tomorrow, assuming the stock was up. I was going to come in and say, all right, we're definitely looking to short this one. But it already happened. So knee-jerk reaction was big. The next candle got up to this price. And then once it broke over here, I figured it was about to head to 1668, go to 17. I was going to be pissed off about selling it. But then it rolled over, and then it broke VWAP. So then, and then it did a 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. That's my favorite trade. So now that it already happened, we got to take that under advisement. And now we'll rechart this thing. So look at 1381. Look how significant that 1381 is. Right, you see it. 1381, 1381, 1381, 1381, 1381, and 1385. If the stock's under 1381, short it I don't care that you missed 2 points. I don't care that it already sold off. This stock breaks under aftermarket high lows. This thing's going right back to where it came from and continue to be the piece of garbage that it has been. And of course, it's Kathy Wood's #1 holding, I think, and she's just awful. So this was one of the only, and again, it wasn't an epic fail because we got paid, but we thought we were onto something on this one because it came out of the Kardashian bottom. Well, then again, we were in it from here, and that's why I was so pissed off because god damn it, I held it for 6 months or no more. Sorry, I held it through this entire move. So I bought here and I owned the stock and I held this entire damn move because it never broke out, but it really never broke down. And all we did was we were buying it and selling it, buying it, selling. We were having a good time with the stock, actually, buying the dips, but we held a core position. We finally get the breakout, which was nice, got 5 more points. But once we broke out, I'm thinking we're going here. I thought we'd get to 32. I'm thinking we were going to go to 40, easy. Again, bull market, breaking out. This one completely failed on us. And the lot that I held from all the way back here, I wound up getting out basically at the same price because I was fed up that didn't work out. So I wasted some money. I bought some calls going into the earnings reports. It never works. And then it crashed. And then Kardashian bottomed right here. Little, same area from where it went down to. So, not a bad stock if you're trading it off these lows, because look how it got to the same lows and then found some love again, did pop, 60, 70%. And that's why I thought if it could gap today and get past the 18, we might be onto something. So again, I'm not going to give up on it. My default here, again, is that this stock continues to be a piece of garbage, but garbage stocks are rallying. So now go back to what we think might happen tomorrow. So again, it's this whole market's all about, and trading is all about if then, right? So we know where it's been, right? There's the breakdown price, right? We know how significant this area is right here. And we know the low of the day was significant. So let's say it opens up, we walk in tomorrow, it's at 14 and a quarter, starts to break 14. Where's it going? 1381 it's going. And if it breaks 1381, then you got to start looking at where it's come from. Breaks the 1381. Now you're going back, 1381 right here, the low print right there. That's 1381 too. How weird. So this print right here, that's basically the same. So if it breaks there, now you're in this candle. Chances are you're going to see the stock at, right here. And wouldn't you know it, that's $13. 1305, 1305. So you're probably going to be flirting with $13. So that's your if then statement on the downside. 1381 probably gets you 1350 and 13. But if it opens up down here tomorrow and it holds the 13 and starts to break, you see it coming from underneath 1381 and it breaks, then you're going to go to 14 and a quarter, and then maybe the stock starts to rally. So it's all about tomorrow. You plan your attack for what you're going to do when it gets to those prices, but we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, you game plan tonight, and then you come back and you game plan some more, and then you have your whole layout, you have your whole war plan, because it is a war and we're going into battle every day. You have your war plan. You know exactly what you want to do. You know where your friends are, where your enemies are, and you just plan your attack. So again, I'd like to be bullish, but the stock always disappoints me. But, if we're pleasantly surprised, these prices will be coming into play. And again, the blue line will be down here tomorrow as the volume starts to come in. The orange line will be down around 14 and a quarter. So 1 minute will probably be somewhere around 14 tomorrow. I'm just assuming. Multi-day will probably be 14 and a quarter, 1450. And if we get through those lines, then who knows? Maybe this stuff comes back into play. And here's why it's an interesting name to watch. You got weekly half-point increments. So you're going to get, and you guys understand why it's so awesome that you get half-point increments, right? Because to where the stock is, the more chance you have to make money. If there was only a $15 call and a $15 put to choose from, and then $12.50, what are you going to do? You're in limbo. Here you could go right to the same price that the stock's at and trade it on for 20 cents instead of laying out $13,000 on 1,000 shares. You're going to buy that 13 or the 1350 for 20 cents, and you're going to wield the same power. So I'm a fan tomorrow of the path, obviously the Lululemon. By the way, I just want to just make sure you understand what these things down here. So down here, the scanners are going to scan for activity in these names. So you got to be watching this one right here. This is going to be our go-to list, the one right down here. These are the ones from a couple of days ago, obviously the Jobies and all the ones that we like. You'll be looking at, in here, by the way. Oh, so that's what you want. All right, let me get that list. All right, Lulu, Path. Come on, you guys have the list. Where was it? Yeah, IoT, that's on the list. Yeah, there was about 9 stocks that I wanted to look at, which is a lot for a Thursday in December. Usually we're done with earnings season. There's just a ton of stocks still reporting. Where the hell is it? I have the list somewhere. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. All right, there it is. Okay, Lulu Path. All right, and one of my favorite stocks again. I love the ladies, and I love the Lulu, and I love the Ulta. I love this stock. I love this. I don't know. I don't even go in here too much, but I just love it. I've been into the store with my wife and my daughter. It's just a great store. I like the layout. It's so bright in there. Everybody's so freaking friendly. And it's always booming in there. There's freaking 1,000 people in the store every time I'm in there. So big fan of this company. And obviously, so is the market, right? So let's go take a look at where it's come from. Monstrous rally. 110 points off the lows from just three weeks ago. That what? Wow. Maybe I don't like this stock so much. That is a monstrous rally going into this report, and you're gapped up. So again, susceptible to some selling, because think about it. If you bought it here or here or here or here going into the number, now you've won. What are you going to do tomorrow? You're going to take something off the table. So let's plan the attack, right? Let's get rid of this line. Doesn't mean anything. Boop. 440. Oh, it would have been funny if it was 443. But 442.80. There's your high. But let's see the knee-jerk reaction candle. Low is 420. Nope, 395 low. The high watermark at the time was 430. There you go. Sort of my number, right? 430. And by the way, here, look, you got one of the biggest stocks on the planet, very popular, still obeying the half numbers and whole numbers, right? First candle reaction to $430, right? And just that one price, you kind of see, yeah, it's kind of a lane right there, right? But look at that one too. So that's that price right there, another big fat whole number, right? 437. Definitely significant. Let's draw a line there. And I already got my trade, right? So this stock opens up tomorrow at 442 and change or higher. So again, if you are taking notes, which I don't know if anybody does anymore, if Ulta is above 442.80 and breaks 442.80, short it. Now I can't tell you where your stops are going to be, because let's assume the stock tomorrow you're seeing it going sideways at 446.39 and it's just chopping around. When it breaks, or if it breaks the 442.80, you're going to short it, because it's going to go say hello to its friend down here at 437. And that'll be a pretty good trade. You know, a couple of hundred shares, you make yourself $1,000 right there. And that's only the beginning, because if this thing does fade, and like I said, it is susceptible to a fade. Look how, it's at, where is it now? So here's your long-term chart. You're up at 440. I mean, you're at yearly highs. You just went from the yearly low to the yearly high in a matter of week to 3 weeks. That's pretty crazy, actually. Wow. This stock, you know what? This is pretty freaking awesome. So you're up here now. So you are getting into a little resistance, but this stock could actually, you could be looking at 465 tomorrow on this stock. You see where it kind of broke down from right here? And there's a gap in here. Oh my God. This might be kind of scary to short, but because it's made such a monstrous move into the number, you're still susceptible to a little selling at the open. This might be another dip and ripping one. Just be very careful. Again, these are big stocks. So, again, there's no escape. Usually I'm trading 100 share, 200 share lots of this thing. I'm not going crazy. And again, these options will be very, very expensive, very hard to trade. Let's see what they got. They're probably 5-point increments also. So you're looking at the 420s. Yeah, 5-point increments. We'll revisit this tomorrow. But suffice it to say, you got a massive move and a gap. And here are your numbers. Now, more importantly, right? If this thing does become a fade, let's say we're in a selling mood today and everything's just getting slapped around, you break under the reaction high candle, then you're in here and you're going to go test that level right there. So that's 427.90. Is it? 427. Sorry, no, that's 426 exactly. 426. Bang. And then you're in here, right? So that's 423. And I'll tell you something, I don't want to freak you out now, but if you break 423, then you're in this candle. This is what I was talking about. When you get back inside a big ass candle, there's a chance that it could just give way, because there's nothing here to prevent it from giving way. So again, that's a big if. You have to get through here, and here. So, but this is going to be an interesting name. Again, I'm a fan of these stocks. Again, I don't like many stocks. I like Lulu. I like Ulta. I do. Plus I don't like betting against women's stuff, and it's not a good trade. Like Kimberly Clark. Where's that stock nowadays? KMB. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, it's so Lulu, Ulta, Path, and you got DocuSign, which the guy insulted me on the Benzinga program, and I was talking about Andy Dufresne. This was one of my Andy Dufresne's from about 3 months ago. Here's the 3-year chart on DocuSign. Absolutely freaking awesome, right? And the bigger the fall, the more it can go up. That's why Carvana still to this day my number one trade in my life, which should have put me into retirement. But here's the Andy Dufresne. Stock crashes and goes nowhere, creates the pipeline of muck and disgustingness just sitting around going sideways. That's the Andy Dufresne. Working his way through the sewage, and then you come out and you run. And the target for this stock was 105, And people thought I was nuts when I was telling you to buy it coming out of that first pattern was down 57.50. And the guy mocked me and made fun of my sweatshirt and how I didn't shave that day. Okay. Yeah. So here we are. You've achieved basically every target I had. This was a major target right there because that was an earnings report candle where it got smacked down once before. That's the 92. So now I still think the stock's possibly going to 105, but you're up 100% now. This is a massive move. This was a $45. This was a $50 stock just in August. That's up 100%. It's a real company. That's a sick move. So once again, susceptible to some selling. Still think it's going to go higher, but you basically got there already this afternoon. So anybody that was doubting the stock, now you're here. So this one, I think, will be a short tomorrow. But once again, it's not what I think, right? You got that multiple year time frame VWAP that says 105 is the real significant area. So it did a triple top at 99.80. If this stock's above 99.80 tomorrow, you better not be short. And let me qualify that statement for a second. When I say you better not be short, right? That means if you're shorting it, let's say you're shorting it and it starts to go against you, breaks 99.79, you better be out. That doesn't mean later that day when it hits the 104, starts to roll over and you want to short it at 102.50 with the 104 as your stop, you can short it. You just don't want to be short when it's breaking an aftermarket high. You start in a position up here later on, then these prices will be your targets on the way down. You follow? I'm just saying the first trade. But I'm looking to short the stock. I think we'll get a fade because it is up close to 100%. So you had this triple top at 99.79. The knee jerk, this was just absolutely insane. So let me show you. So this is the knee jerk reaction candle. You actually went down first, right? You actually went down first. You know what? I don't want to confuse you with those other lines. So let me just get rid of most of these. Keep the 99.79 up there. And this would have been an easy trade because when you break the knee-jerk reaction candle, you go in that direction. So your knee-jerk reaction candle was 88. Boop. Bottom of the candle was 79. 79.42. Did you say the Packers were playing the Bears today? It's a pretty good game. Who's winning? Nothing Lions. Yeah, I don't care about this game, really. I hope the Lions win the Super Bowl. Anybody but Kansas City at this point. Doo-doo. All right. So let me show you why this would have been an easy trade. This is your knee-jerk. This is the knee-jerk reaction candle. Your second candle, you came in, and then you broke back above it. Buy it. It's simple as that. You break a knee-jerk earnings candle high, you go in that direction. And look, even if you bought it at 88, you wind up tacking on another 11 points. Pretty awesome, right? But that's irrelevant now. All we can do is say, ooh, that would have been cool. But that's a significant price because here it is hitting it and then testing it, making new highs. You see this little shelf here that's kind of important. Whenever a stock pauses, I want to take a note of the price. That's 93.25. And we already got the map. We already got the roadmap. I'll take one more price. I want to see what this candle was. That's 95.50 right there, that one attempt. And that's where you kind of made a home, 95.50. So above 95.50 tomorrow, you're probably going to start working its way back to the 99.79. Above 99.79 tomorrow, breaks 99.79. We're shorting it. and the target's going to be the 95.50. Breaks the 95.50, then we're talking about the 93.25. Breaks the 93.25. Now we're talking about this candle, which is 91 on the number. 91. So all those candles, right? So now there's your roadmap. Tomorrow's blue line will be up here somewhere. Orange line will come up there as well. Ranges, meets the VWAP, gives you your trade. So all done. And again, I don't like coming in too biased, but I'm coming in looking to short this. And I am a little biased because I'm a little angry because I love this stock. I love this trade. And then I got upgraded a couple of days after I was loving it. And I don't like buying upgrades, and it never came back. And then it got added to the S&P 500, and I never bought it back. So I'm looking for a little revenge. It's not a good way to trade, but I am looking for some revenge today. Girl trader, I'm gonna redo this whole thing tomorrow. Actually, somewhere it is being recorded somewhere. I gotta just ask stock market. If we're doing it on Ustream, it is actually being recorded. Oh, you're out? All right, I'll see you tomorrow. All right. I'm gonna get some more tea. I just want to show you a couple more stocks, and then we will all fade away. So DocuSign, Lululemon, Ulta, Path. Obviously, we went over the SOUN. And come on, give me the other ones. I'll be put the other ones on the in the chat room. I'll be right back. Wait, did you try to plug it in or not? I can't get the thing in to be able to plug it in. So what are you talking about? But the connection might still work. Did you plug it in and see if it actually doesn't work? No, it doesn't go in to make the connection. You try it. All right, Asan Chop. Is that stock still $12? Oh no, Asana, right? That was a big one, right? Yeah. Oh no, this was the same one. Ooh. Holy shit, look at that. And this is why I love when this happens. When I leave, these lines are on from trades that we must have done in the past. Look how those lines came back into play. The exact price. You know why? The market's rigged. Wow. That line was drawn on 9/6/23 a year ago. And then look at it came back into play right there. That's pretty wild. And even this price came back into play. That's so weird. Well, not really, but it's pretty awesome. It's actually the work's already done for us. Why do I know this name? What the hell is this company? Oh, damn. Wow, we traded this thing a lot. Wow. All right. Well, I don't want to let go of those lines. That's kind of like nostalgic. But I mean, you're seeing it already. You break 1869 on this thing, you got some room. Let's go look at it on a bigger time frame. Man, I must have traded this stock a shit ton. A sun chop, right? This was that one. I thought, you know what it is? I used to think this was App Lovin'. I used to confuse it, right? Asan and App. No, I don't know why, but wow. But this is up 80% off lows from September. You're in this candle right here. And the high of that candle is $19.20. That's a mess right there. Wow. You know what? It doesn't really help me here. It's just too much noise. So many candles in there. But the easy answer is above 1869. This thing's going to 19 bucks. But here, you got 1781, 1781, 1765, and I'm assuming this is 1750. Of course it is. 1750. Yeah. Well, we'll have to. This would be a game time decision. I do like how it's trying to make a comeback and get back into the 20s. What kind of company is this? What do they do? Software? Cybersecurity? Hmm. Huh. That's interesting. But here, look, back to the whole reaction candle. If it does break 1750, chances are it's going to get smoked because there's nothing underneath 1750. Oh, then again, there is something underneath it right there. Yeah, 1730. Breaks the half, you'll go to the 30. Break the 30, you're going to give it. This could be giving everything back tomorrow because it sets up, the nearest candle. Once you break through all these levels, if you do, it could get ugly. Right back to that 16 area. All right. Did you say HPE came out? Hewlett Packard? Lulupath, Ulta, DocuSign. Oh, GitLab. This stock, I don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, this thing rips 10-point increments. Oh, 10 points. Yeah. And this one, I believe, has been on a nice tear, right? GitLab. Yeah. 26, 40, and now you're in the 70s. You're above. Oh, no. You're right on the cusp of a possible breakout. Yeah. If this thing gets over that 78, and then you're in this realm, you could be looking at 92 bucks. GitLab. But I see a stock that's right smack dab in the middle of all this monstrous. Look at the size of that first candle. Holy shit. That's sick. So this thing could get some, it could get some damage on the way back down. Not really. Yeah, it's not that bad. Let's see. What the high? 74 and a quarter. 66 and a quarter. That's not so bad. And you basically lived in there the whole time, so I'll just assume that this was a real candle. Let's say it wasn't. Because it seems like it was an anomaly. What are the highs? 71.15, 71.15, 71.11, 71.10, 71.11. This is easy. The stock breaks 71.15, you were in, and you're looking for it to get to basically that 71.75, the bottom where it just kind of like broke down from there. But it's also easy on the downside because look at these prices. That's 70.11, 70.13, 70.11, 70.10. So right there. And this could get ugly because if it breaks the 70.10, you're looking at 69.50 right there, right? I'm assuming that's 69.50. Close, 69.45. And then if it breaks 69.45, you're in the big reaction candle again. You could get hammered. So again, roadmap up here breaks these levels, you're going down here, break back above these levels, you're going up. And again, the VWAP will always be the guide. You understand these blue lines will be somewhere else tomorrow morning. They'll be up here in this range, more likely. So you'll get a good feel for the ranges meeting the VWAP. And that's why it's better to do this stuff tonight and be prepared. So then tomorrow, you kind of just, you know exactly what you're looking at. You come in, you see where the VWAP is, you'll readjust a little bit, and you get your game plan. SMCI. They reported earnings. The stock seems to be reporting earnings every day. No. Did they report? This stock's always in play. I don't know. I don't think they reported. They reported something the other day, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah, there's no news. Smart sheet. They actually reported earnings. They reported earnings, and nobody on earth gave a shit. Look at that. That's funny. So if nobody cares, generally we don't care. Wow. I mean, really? Nobody. That's some bizarre looking shit, right? Wait a minute. Yeah. So they reported earnings and nobody cared. Weird. You got zero volume and nobody cared. We'll revisit that tomorrow. See if anybody cares. Lulu, Path, Ulta, DocuSign, GitLab, IoT. Don't know this stock, but already know exactly what I'm doing, right? 46 low of the day, knee-jerk candle right there. It looks like it first actually popped to 57.10. Wow. And then it dropped 11 points. First candle drop was to 51. That's important. And where it kind of tried to make a stand there, that's 52. Double top, 52. That's important. And where it kind of held, that's 49. That's 49. That's 49. And I'm assuming all those are 49 as well. So 49 is probably the most important price because the more you hit something, the more significant it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and basically 11 more times. So if it's at $50 and this breaks 49 tomorrow, smash it, whatever it is. I don't know what IoT is. Because if it breaks 49, chances are it's going to go revisit its friend down here at 47 and a quarter. right there, which is at about 47 and a quarter. Yeah, close, 47.36. And if it breaks 47.36, you'll be at $46 on this. I don't know what this stock is, so let me get familiar with it. Does it have options? It probably does. IoT, and it's got dollar increments, so that's good. Oh, wait. Yeah, dollar increments. Oh, wait. Ooh, tomorrow the weeklies have half-point increments, even better. Nice. I'll keep an eye on this one. Remind me about this one. I never heard of this stock. Samsara Incorporated? Wow. I don't know what the hell that is. But again, you give me a chart, I know how to trade. So first move was up, then it got smashed, sideways action, sideways gives way, you're going lower, sideways breaks out. And here's a nice trade. You know, again, if it does want to, well, let's go see where it's come from. IoT. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This was an $8 stock. What? What year was that? Oh, that's 2023. All right. This was. Is this hitting all-time highs? Oh, man. Yeah, I ain't looking to short this thing. That's just some profit taking on the earnings report. This stock's going up $80. That chart's just ridiculous. You know, this has just been accumulated, breaking, accumulating, breaking, accumulated, breaking. It's probably just going to consolidate and break out again. I'm interested in this stock now. Wow. I don't know what Samsara is, but you know, usually this is a chart of an $80 stock in the making. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at this one tomorrow. But if this thing starts to recover, you break 57.50 tomorrow. This thing's going to $80. Not $80 tomorrow, but this is a good looking chart because each time it's pulled back, rallied, consolidated, pulled back, rallied, consolidated, pulled back, rallied, consolidated, pulled back, rallied, consolidated. I mean, how many times when you see the faux show bros, that's a stock that's been fooling people to sell, trapping shorts, and going higher. Right? Faux show bro, 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 and it's probably going to be a faux show bro tomorrow. So I'd be scared to short this stock, but we'll see tomorrow. That's an interesting trade right there. That's an interesting setup. I'm going to put this one on my main watch list, as a matter of fact. Look at me finding new stocks. IoT, you just graduated to the top of the list. Nice. Keep going, because I want to just go watch some TV with the wife. HPE. All right, where did I just put the list? Oh, Viva Systems. All right. That's a 40, 22. That's a 30-point range. That's interesting. But here's another one. I'm more interested in shitty stocks. Wolf, right? So Wolf came out with earnings. Stock's been, I think this one had been destroyed already. It's on a kind of a comeback. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, pretty big bounce so far. Trying to recover. What is Wolf? Wolf is Petco. Yeah. Just easy. This one's easy. If it holds 5 tomorrow, we're buying the stock. Pretty much. That's it. You already had the pop and the drop. So if it holds that 5, and the most you're going to be risking tomorrow is 20 cents. So if it's at 5 and starts to hold it, I'm in. And I'm using the 480 as a hard stop. Hard stop, you know the difference between a hard stop and not a hard stop? Hard stop, 480. Hard stop means you're selling everything. You don't want to see it breaking aftermarket lows. So 20-cent risk, definitely looking at this one tomorrow. This tends to rip. All right, we did Wolf, we did a Sun, Vasco, which is Victoria's Secret, right? I don't know if anybody shops there anymore. I haven't been there in a while. 4-point range, 5-point range. It's a big enough candle to be interested. 42.90, 46.54. You guys, you catching on to the procedure here? It's the same stinky thing every day. Just get familiar with where it's come from, where it came from, where it's been, and these prices will tend to get revisited. Again, blue line will form tomorrow. Not a lot of volume here. When you see the Morse code, that means it just ticked here, ticked here, ticked there. So I haven't even looked at this stock in years, but we'll take a gander at it tomorrow. What else was there? Zoomies used to be an interesting stock. Doesn't look like an interesting stock anymore. Tilly's every once in a while would wake up and have some fun. Doesn't look like it's going to have any fun. And Smith & Wesson. So big fan, obviously. It's not the Smith & Wesson this is not the same Smith & Wesson as it used to be. They spun off, I think. Now they have it's two companies. There's Smith & Wesson and then there's AOUT. They spun this American Outdoors off. I forgot which one is the gun company. I guess the Smith & Wesson brands. This is the gun company. The stock generally gets hammered on earnings. This is it's been a terrible stock. SWBI. Dude, I remember we were there for that. I remember I was there for that. Yay. I remember selling this stock up there. Wow. Went all the way back to $8. 12, 11.70. Ooh, damn. It's basically going under its lifetime VWAP. It's about to go back under lifetime VWAP. That's pretty nasty. But if it holds, and look, the lines are already here from the last time we traded it, and look at the significance. There's the 12, right? And it was as low as the 11.27. So it's right back to where we traded it once before, the same exact. And look at it's the same trade. Look, the VWAP is one in line. These lines were already here when we got here, right? Awesome. So big fan of Smith & Wesson. And if you don't know, Smith & Wesson, they also have if you like revolvers, look at that one. 7 shots. 357 Magnum right at you. Boom. My favorite gun. Keep it in the drawer for when the Mormons come. I'm a fan of the stock, so I'll probably be looking to buy, especially if it holds that 11.25 tomorrow. 11.25 holds. I think this thing doesn't have really good options. I don't think it trades too much, but let's take a look anyway. Smith & Wesson, yeah, they don't even have weeklies. Yeah, so nothing with the options, but yeah, I'll be looking at it if it holds that 11.25. I got Landman all queued up. Yeah. I have to get through. I got to get through one thing, and I can't watch more than 2 shows at the same time. My brain explodes. So we're on the Tulsa King. We just got done with Cross. I went to, what are we doing? We got all the Paramount shows are on now. So you got Yellowstone, which is not that good right now. It's all right. And then you got the Landman, the Lioness, Tulsa King, and the Agency now. So Smith & Wesson, right? All right, and that's about it. That's that. Oh, both of them come out. They both came out today. AOUT. Again, not a lot of volume up there at 14. Looks like it just ticked there for a second and just got and just crushed. Weird looking chart right there. No, actually, when the Mormons come, I invite them in. They love me. I invite them and I try to convert them to the Matrix. They actually were begging me to leave. They're like, no, man, come on, stay. I'll put up some coffee. Let me tell you about the Matrix. Hey, come here. I'm going to show you how to trade. Oh, no, sir. Please let us leave. Oh, come on. Come on. Give me some. Oh, I love when they come. They come like twice a year. I always see him walking outside. I'm like, ooh, come in. I'm like, ooh, come on, come to my house. All right. All right. That's pretty good. It's 9:30. I gotta get some downtime. Vegas? Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking end of April. I'm thinking I just was pricing out all the hotels. Look, I got money. I would never pay $1,000 a night to stay anywhere unless I'm getting massages and foods included. And I mean, the Venetian cost averaged out at 860 a night. You could go next door to Harrah's for 220. You could go across the street to Caesars for 260, or you could slum it with me at the Link, which was a really nice hotel for like I think it was $160 averaged out for 3 nights. So plus if you want to go to the Grateful Dead shows, the Flamingo, the Link, Harrah's, and then you have the Cromwell, and then you have the Horseshoe, and they're all right there. Where again, I don't like taking cabs. I want to be able to walk where I'm going. Usually, I'm pretty inebriated. So if you guys are coming, I would, again, the Flamingo was dirty and smoky, but again, it's a casino, whatever. It wasn't bad. Didn't have any hot water when I got there, so that was there. But the Link isn't bad. The Caesars suite of hotels. Caesars is nice. I love Caesars. Stayed there plenty of times. And I don't know. I don't think my son's going to be able to come, so that's kind of a disappointment. He has finals that week, and it's basically his last 2 weeks of school. He's graduating college, so he's probably not coming. So I'm going to probably come with my best friend Bobby, and maybe we'll make a thing of it. That'll be fun. I was going to say happy endings. I'm glad you threw that out there. Yeah. So yeah, good to meet you. Hope you guys are, again, this is what I love doing this stuff. I really do get a kick out of helping people. It's my passion. This is my purpose in life. I really don't do too many things well. And I'm kind of proud of that now. I really don't have many other skills. I've been doing this my whole life now. I really haven't developed any other skills. And I need to go to Vegas at least once a year because I need to get the hell out of my house every once in a while. And that's why, again, I never have to ask permission. Right, hon? Right, hon? What? And if I could have arranged it, Rainbow Kitten Surprise is playing Red Rocks again. I would be going there too. That would have been a fun trip. Should have been to Red Rocks. But definitely thinking this Vegas trip. We should all, if you guys haven't been to Vegas, you guys want to hang out. I'm probably going to go to at least 2 concerts, maybe all three. Thursday, Friday. No, the wife's not coming. She doesn't like that. She doesn't really want to sit through these concerts either. She doesn't smoke weed. She doesn't like. She likes to. She's a day drinker too. So by 10:30, she's fading out because she's been drinking all day. She likes to go by the pool. She loves shopping. So as I'm napping and getting ready to go out, she's like, oh no, please don't. Yeah, but I'm definitely thinking about doing this trip. So it'll be August. Sorry, not August. April 24th, 5th, and 6th. I think it was Thursday. I'm going to get there Thursday morning, and probably go to the show Thursday night. I might skip the Friday show. We can go out. And if you haven't been to Vegas, I love the Cosmo. I brought Eric and our group there. The Mandalay Bay has a really up rooftop club that I love. I brought the group there also. But the Cosmo is awesome. They have a speakeasy, and they have basically a concert hall hidden in the bar. And you got to wait on this line, and you go into this barber shop, and there's a back room, and then it opens up into just basically a concert. And they usually have either a country western band rocking out, or just like just doing top hits. And sometimes they have live band karaoke, which is awesome. if you never did live band karaoke, it's basically karaoke with a band behind you and you feel like you're a rock star. It's so much fun. So yeah, good time. We'll talk more about that. And of course, we won't book a block of rooms like Tom did. Tom, if you're out there, I appreciate all you did with that Nashville trip. I'm sorry that didn't work out. You know what happened. Death in the family, the whole thing. But yeah, I definitely want to try to go because this is probably going to be the last time the Dead will be doing any shows. I'm assuming this is it. It's their 50th anniversary. It's their 10th anniversary of Dead and Company, and you know, they're getting old. So, all right, we'll talk more about it. My friends, good to meet you. I appreciate everybody that signed up over the last couple of weeks. And if you didn't get your chart set up, you know, either email Mary or the group over at Stock Market Media. And if they don't respond to you, you go directly to me. I'll help you out. All right? That's all right. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hey, wait, before I go, for my futures traders, right? Here, let me just show you. Futures contracts, right? This is the NQ futures, right? Here's your faux show. There's the VWAP. You're a buyer. So you're already trending higher. NQ futures were down and now they're flat. And we'll see where we end up tomorrow. But if you do trade futures, VWAP is the way to go. It's the only way to go because it's one break and it tends to trend. And then you'll have a reversal trend at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then if that 3 o'clock in the morning, usually get 3 to 6, and then you'll start to see if, again, as you take a look at the charts, but usually you get over the VWAP at 6 p.m., usually rally to 8 p.m., and then 8 p.m. you have here's the 8 p.m. probably sell off. And where's 8 p.m.? Then 8 p.m. you have a little bit more activity. But yeah, it's if you trade futures, but you gotta use VWAP too. It really works well. All right, I am out of here. See ya.